On February 25th, 2020, Sarah was arrested for second-degree murder. And this, my friends, is where Sarah's case turned into an absolute circus. Because you'd think it would be just like open and shut, like the suitcase. But it's not. It's like there's so many layers to this freaking story. Oh my gosh. She stressed me out. I think I got an ulcer because of this. Okay, Sarah ended up going through 9 attorneys before trial. 9. Some quit, some were fired. One only lasted like 16 days before he like yeeted himself out of there. Yeet? Did I use that correctly? Yeeted? Yeeting? Yeet? He yeeted himself out of there. So let me give you kind of a simple rundown of what happened. So in the beginning, the court likely determined that Sarah was indignant. I know. I was like, what does that mean? Ooh, it sounds mean. It sounded like a diss. They were like, she's indignant. And I was like, ooh, mean. But when the court determines that you're indignant, it means that like she, in her case, was lacking the financial resources to hire private legal counsel. So when you are determined indignant, it means you qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Her first court-appointed attorney was a woman, Letitia, I think was her name, but Sarah wanted to go in a different direction. So she hired a bigwig lawyer, Mauricio Padilla. Side note, when the court determines that you are indignant defendants may have certain court costs, filing fees, and other legal expenses waived or reduced, plus other things. So that's how she was able to get this next guy, this bigwig lawyer guy, Mauricio. Now, this Mauricio guy, he defended some high-profile murder cases. For example, one of them was Dedrick Williams. He was the guy accused of killing rapper XXXTentacion. Is that how you say it? He killed him in 2018. I apologize if I'm butchering everyone's name. So I guess Sarah was a fan. So she's like, I want that guy. But she didn't do great research because Mauricio, the guy, he didn't win that case. Dedrick was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison. But Sarah was like, I want that guy. I want that guy. And she got him. So after hiring this new lawyer, Sarah pleaded not guilty and requested to have a jury trial. Now, the trial was originally set for July 27th, 2020. But like clockwork, when it comes to her, things started to just go off the rails. Sarah's defense had asked for more time, so the trial ended up getting pushed back to November. Then came another delay, another one, another. Next thing you know, Sarah's trial had been pushed back nearly 2 years. Then, out of nowhere, Mauricio, the big shot lawyer, he filed a motion to withdraw from the case. Yes. Mauricio was like, I can't take this anymore. Mauricio cited irreconcilable differences. Later, he said that the two were just arguing nonstop. So this guy was like, I'm out, okay? So, lawyer gone. Sarah decided she was a little irritated. So she wrote a letter to the judge or to the courts, really to anyone who would listen. She got pen to paper and she wrote aggressively. And in these letters, she claimed she had been left in the dark about everything. She was getting no updates. She said that Mauricio had betrayed her. I'm spitting everywhere, sorry. And that she had no clue why he just upped and left her, leaving her just in the dark, completely blindsided, just So the court appointed her another public defender, okay? This lawyer had lasted less than a month before withdrawing because, plot twist, they actually represented George in Sarah and George's 2018 domestic violence case. So it was a conflict of interest, and this guy was like, I'm out. Next. I thought Florida was big, but she just kept running into issues. So the court assigned her another lawyer who turned out had represented one of the key witnesses in another one of Sarah's cases. I didn't want to go too much into detail about this case because remember in the beginning when I mentioned she needed a place to live because she had a legal battle going on? It was this. It had to do with I think she was being a squatter or something. I don't know. I didn't check too much into it. Anyways, so this person was like, I can't do it. Then came lawyer number 5, Mark Consolo. And just 2 weeks after filing Sarah's plea, Mark quit. Yeah. According to court documents, Sarah wanted all of their time, calling up to 10 times a day. There were disagreements on like the legal strategy, what they can and cannot do in court. There was a lack of resources. This is all according to this lawyer guy. He said that she was being unreasonable. She took non-viable legal positions. I was like, what does that mean? So I looked it up. Taking non-viable legal positions means making arguments or pursuing legal strategies that have little to no chance of success due to lack of legal merit, factual support, or precedent. That's the definition. Thank you. Okay, so Sarah's in jail. She's waiting, right? So she's getting mad because like these lawyers, these court appointed attorneys and all that stuff, like they are just not giving her all the attention she wanted. You see, what was really happening was like when all this was going down, a lot of the news, the media picked up the story and were putting out these wild stories about Sarah, about what happened. Right? And everyone was talking about it at this time. Sarah at the time was in jail waiting for something to happen, and she was seeing all these media reports happening, and she was upset that the courts weren't moving as fast as like media was. She really badly wanted to like get it out there that she was innocent and like people needed to hear her side of the story, because like in her mind she had a strong side of her story. She was just getting irritated with that, is what I was researching. She didn't realize that the court system is very, very slow and it was not going to move as fast as a YouTube video, you know? So she gets this new attorney guy and she's getting really, really upset because she's like, I'm barely hearing from this guy Frank. So she was sending letters to Sarah. She's sending letters to Frank, the attorney guy. She's sending letters to the judge and the courts asking like, what is going on? I haven't heard from my lawyer in 11 weeks. You know, what's going on with my case? She wrote, how many more pens will I exhaust asking? She loved writing a letter. She kept writing and writing and writing. So she's writing and writing and writing and writing. She even threatened in the letter that she was going to call the governor. Like she was making these threats that just, there was so many letters. I read so many letters. She has great handwriting, mind you. Very millennial, bubbly. But she's coming off a little crazy girl. Girl, this isn't looking good for your case. She wouldn't stop. She was convinced her constitutional rights were being violated. I know. I was like, what rights, girl? Because you kind of murdered someone and then like you filmed it. So like, what? And you can't find a clear answer from her. But okay. So she's writing all these letters. She's not getting anywhere. So then she starts directing letters straight to the press, to the media. She's hoping that they'll expose the quote unquote incompetence of her legal team. She ended one of these letters with quote, please do not discredit my truth. I am who, not what. Respectful and diligent, Sarah Boone. I'm like, girl, what are you even talking about? Like, what are you even talking about? What are you even talking about?